What's good, all my trader and investor homies? It's your boy Kevin. This is Touchdown Trades. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a big EV bus manufacturer that's about to go public via a reverse merger with a SPAC. The stock was up over 100% today alone. On this channel, we have a saying: it wasn't the gold miners who got rich in the gold rush. It was the stores that were selling the shovels, that were selling the pickaxes. And I think that philosophy may hold true for EV. There's going to be a lot of these common consumer EV stocks that crash once this FOMO is over. But there's a lot of untapped market that's kind of flying under the radar. Public transportation. How about school buses? Nobody's talking about that. And by the year 2040 or so, I'd say 50-60% of all school buses, of all public transportation buses out there, are going to be EV, and that's opening the door for a company to come in and grab that market share. And I think the stock we're going to be breaking down today has the potential to do just that. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down this brand new EV stock that's about to go public. We'll be talking about whether it's a good investment at this price, and I'll talk about my personal investing plan. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and do me the one solid I ask for on every video, and that's to go down there and like the button. All right, guys, let's break down this brand new EV stock. Let's get it. Before we get started, check out the link in the description for the 2-week free trial to the private Discord chat and alert service where you can get my buy and sell orders in real time. We've been crushing the game with a couple 100% runners in just the last couple weeks. Also, check out the link in the description for Webull, the best broker offering the best deal, free money. When you sign up with my link in the description, you will get 4 free stocks valued up to $3,700 in free money. Link in the description. The stock that we're going to be breaking down in today's video is ACTC. That is the SPAC that is merging with Proterra, the EV bus manufacturer. They also manufacture batteries and charging systems. So not only is this an EV auto manufacturer play, it's also a pickaxe and shovel investment as well. So we get the best of both worlds. We get the shiny gold mining, and we get the shovels. Airlight Clean Transition Corp is the SPAC merging with Proterra. The SPAC ran up over 100% today from the $10 range up to $25 per share. Huge move. So is it worth it at these levels? Is it worth investing at $25? Let's talk about it. So the two companies will be merging. The SPAC, ACTC, Arc Light Clean Transition Corp, will be merging with Proterra. The ticker symbol will change to PRTA, and the deal is going to be valued at $1.6 billion. So $1.6 billion, that is up there. That is putting a pretty good price tag on this company. But this company's been around. It's not brand new. It's not a startup like Nikola was, like Hyliion was. They have a track record. They already have vehicles on the road. And let's take a look at those. So this deal is expected to close in the first half of 2021. And then that ticker symbol will change to PRTA. So I'm here on the Proterra website. They offer different revenue sources, not just EV manufacturing. They do offer the EV bus, the common transit bus that you'd see on any public transportation system. You can see it down here driving around. And they also do school buses as well. We have charging stations, EV charging stations for fleets. You guys know, I think that's going to be huge business. EV charging, reoccurring revenue. And we also have EV powertrains for the big school buses. That is going to be huge in my opinion as well. Why? Because you're going to have these states putting regulations in saying these public transportation buses are emitting too much carbon, they're emitting too much fossil fuel, polluting the air, and they're going to want to switch to a powertrain solution, EV, without having to throw away the shell of the bus. Why would you want to throw away the shell of the bus when you can just slap an EV powertrain on there and reuse the actual shell of the bus? It makes a lot of sense. Take a look at the applications here. So we have public transit, we have commercial transit, we have schools, airports, university, and last mile delivery. Then we have Proterra Energy, we have the fleet planning, the charging infrastructure, and the energy management. Let's take a look at the last mile delivery aspect of this real quick. And it is a workhorse looking vehicle, very similar to Workhorse. turnkey energy delivery for commercial EV fleet. Not a bad looking last mile delivery. Let's take a look at the universities. We'll go one by one. So it's going to be their public transportation bus that they manufacture. We'll take a look at the specs of the bus in just a second. Airports, I'm guessing it's going to be the bus as well. Yep, same bus. And then we have schools, which is a different bus, obviously. It is an electric school bus. I believe it's one of 2 companies right now in the entire country offering an electric school bus. And then we have the public transportation. That's going to be the same bus, the big common public transit bus that we've already looked at. And then we have the charging infrastructure, charging for electric fleets. This is going to be huge. When these public transportation systems switch over to EV buses, when these school systems switch over to EV school buses, they're going to need charging stations to charge those fleets. Huge money to be made, and probably some reoccurring revenue as well to manage those grids, to manage the software. Huge money. Let's talk about the merger real quick. We already said it's going to close in the first half of 2021, and it is going to generate $825 million in cash to fund growth. That is a lot of money to up manufacturing, to get the factories. They already have 2 factories that we'll take a look at here up and going, one in California and one in South Carolina, I believe, but that'll allow them to up production, up manufacturing, up marketing. That is a lot of money to get going, and the total proceeds will be $1.6 billion. That will be the estimated market cap of the new company, of the new publicly traded company, I should say. Our mission: advancing electric vehicle technology to deliver the world's best performing commercial vehicles. A lot of people want to invest in the common consumer EV vehicles. We have Tesla, NIO, who else? Xpeng, Li Auto. But nobody's really talking about commercial EV vehicles. Sure, you have XL Fleet, you have Hyliion, you have Workhorse, but this is like an all-encompassing type company. You have the buses, you have the last mile delivery, you have the charging infrastructure. It is a really rounded out business model, business plan. They're trying to attack everything. So basically they break down their business model into 3 different sections. You have Proterra powered, the leading electric powertrains, commercial vehicle OEMs, superior performance, lower cost, Proterra Transit, North America's #1 electric transit bus, and then you have Proterra Energy, fleet level chargers, and energy management. We got a massive commercial vehicle market primed for electrification. 15 states targeting 100% zero emission medium duty and heavy duty trucks by 2050. That's what I'm talking about. These states are going to start slapping regulations on carbon emissions here real quick, and that will definitely benefit a company like Proterra. A rising tide lifts all boats, and we have 70% of customers have changed their behavior out of the concern for climate change. World's largest logistics players are targeting to electrify their fleet. So they compare themselves to some of their competitors. Arrival still only in the prototype stage. Nikola prototype, Canoo prototypes, Hyliion in the early stage of developments with the bus. Of course, Hyliion is still working on the Class 8 semi-truck as well. And Proterra already has school buses on the road in Virginia. They already have mass transit buses in New York on the road. We already have touring buses in Jackson Hole and in San Francisco. So they already have the big buses on the road, and they already have some electric school buses on the road as well. Here we're comparing some competitors as well. So Proterra already has 16 million miles driven of their big vans, their big vehicles revenue. So they're going to do 200 million in revenue, very decent number in 2020. So none of these other companies are really posting any revenue except Romeo. I do love Romeo Power. You guys know I love Hyliion. Not a big fan of Arrival, not a big fan of Nikola. Compared to these other companies, they are advanced. They are going to have that first mover advantage that we talk about so much on this channel. So Proterra has partnered with some of the biggest bus van manufacturers to offer them electric powertrain solutions. So when these companies do make the switch, they will already have relationships with them, and they'll be able to offer them their electric powertrain and make that switch once the states, once the federal government starts putting carbon emission regulations out there. The North American bus market is rapidly electrifying. That's what they say. They're projecting it to be a 50% penetration rate in the North American electric bus market by 2025. I'm not so sure about that number, but I do agree with this growth chart. 2017, only a 2% rate. By 2025, I'd say it's at least 30-40%. So that growth is massive. Proterra having the first mover advantage, they are primed to be a huge benefactor from that growth. Let's take a look at their expected revenue numbers, their expected growth numbers. 2020, we're going to do 200 million in revenue. 2021, 246 million, only 27% growth. But then the growth really starts to kick up in 2022. We do $500 million in revenue, almost 80% growth. And by 2025, they're doing 2.5 billion in revenue. That's 77% growth. That would give us a under 1-to-1 price to sales ratio at the price we're expected to go public at the market cap we're expected to go public at. That is too cheap. That number would need to 5x. So that's 5x growth potential from the price we're trading at today. So let's take a look at the chart. I'll talk about my plan, my price predictions and forecasts. So it would go against my investing strategy to buy this stock after it ran up 100%. I really do like the business model. I like the concept. I like that they have their fingers dipped in a bunch of different aspects and different revenue sources are going to be coming in, charging, electrifying powertrain solutions that you can provide to companies that already have vehicles on the road, whether that's transit buses, whether that's school buses, whether that's last mile delivery, and then they're manufacturing their own version of those vehicles as well. I really like that business model. Now, that said, it ran up 100% today, and I'm not going to buy it after it did that in one day. So what do? So there's no really support or resistance on the chart to base it off of. So what we do is we drill down into a faster time frame. We pull up the 5-minute chart, and we can see that we have some support right here, and that's where I'd want to buy in front of, right here at the $20 area. We'll call it $20. So that would be my buy zone, 20 bucks right there. Right now we're trading at $23. So that is a more than 10% pullback that I would need to see in order to get into this stock. I like it long term, 12 to 24 months. I would give this a $50 price target, especially that pre-merger run up. I think we have a lot of upside potential, but I just need to see a pullback back down to 20, even $18 a share in order to invest in this stock. I do like it long term, but personally, I need a pullback. I hope you guys got something from the video. If you did, go down there and hit that like button for me. It really helps me out with YouTube. Also, check out the 2-week free trial to the private Discord chat where you get my buy and sell alerts in real time. And check out Webull where you can get 4 free stocks, free money. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.